You know, if there's one thing that everyone can agree on, it is that no video can take more effort into making than an animation. And at first, I completely agree. If a video is not made with Windows Movie Maker, then surely a video is of good quality. But then I found something a lot worse than Movie Maker and my content. This program being called Source Filmmaker, or in short, SFM. Now, I think you have heard from the abbreviation SFM before on YouTube, mostly partnered with a badly rendered thumbnail of a Five Nights at Freddy's character. From what I can gather, SFM stands for Source Filmmaker, a video capture and editing program in Source Engine. At first, I thought Source Engine is some TF2 thing. I don't really play the game, but I soon realized that Source Engine is a tool created by the game company Valve for creating and developing their 3D games. And although I do not know that much about Source Engine, I did do enough research about what SFM is. And I only have one thing to say about SFM. Animating in SFM sucks. Yes, I did say animation, even if I did say it's a video capture program. However, when it comes to SFM, there's no freedom in designing your character. You're stuck with TF2 character models. And I know you can download some mods to get more characters to use, but if you want to make something original, then it's not for you. But if you're a fanboy that's just there to make your FNAF X My Little Pony fanfiction come to life, then it's most likely that this editor is for you. Another thing to say about Source Filmmaker is that if you want to create a setting for animation, you need to download a map that is actually made for a first-person shooter game. Yes, since SFM was first used to make an old TF2 trailer, it's no biggie that the editor's assets and tools can relate to a video game. That's why the videos that I created with this tool looks like a game capture. And speaking of which, let's transition to another topic, the SFM videos, because I clearly don't have anything against SFM itself, other than the inability to make something original, and that it's a fanfiction writer's dream come true. If I am going to find something similar about SFM videos, they would mostly be dedicated to a large fanbase. From FNAF to My Little Pony, it's a fandom central when it comes to these types of videos. However, one fanbase seems to stand out in SFM animation, which is the FNAF fanbase. And one question comes to mind when I hear this sentence: why the heck does this exist? There's something so unsettling when I was watching a bit of the FNAF SFM on YouTube. The fact that they tried to make something so scary into something so childlike and, how do I say this, erotic? I don't know. I feel like I can't describe this fully without introducing a YouTuber called Andrew John 100. Although he doesn't regularly make a FNAF SFM, he made a handful of them that is just enough to give you a sour feeling in your stomach. Let us look at the contenders, shall we? We have Freddy Fazbear and Friends Go to the Moon. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll stop right there. You already have an idea of where this is going. I've watched a few of them already, which I regret doing, and I keep noticing that all the characters, which is Bonnie, Foxy, Chica, and Freddy, are commonly getting into fights. And I'm not talking about some slapsticks you might expect. What I'm talking about is a fight that only people in anger management would make. Like, can someone just be civilized for once? I also noticed that Chica keeps getting into trouble and is always getting scolded at, which is really offensive if you think about it. I mean, in one episode, he was punched in the face and was grounded in a room for a month. Andrew does understand that he is secretly promoting abusive relationships, right? This Chica character gets even weirder as you look at this video called Freddy Fazbear and Friends Addicted to Pizza. And at first, it sounds like a light-hearted parody to Intervention, but as you watch the video, there are references to homicide and, you know it, even more scolding. What the heck? I mean, it's all regular to hear and all, but you actually expect an adult to watch your badly created video in FNAF? I thought this was supposed to be made for children that haven't developed a sense for quality content. And this is just the tip of the barrel. Most episodes become so dark that you need to wonder what kind of viewer will watch Andrew's creations. But moving away from Andrew, let's move on to another reason why I don't like FNAF SFM. Furry porn. Now, every time I see a naked toy Chica or Mangle, here's what I do, alright? I get myself a shot glass, a bottle of beer, and I drink while I rethink about society. Wait, am I allowed to drink? Let me ask you a question, and I want you to answer in the comments, alright? So, do you find this, let me look at this thesaurus. Sexy? You don't need to ridicule me or anything. I just want a straightforward yes or no answer. Okay, answers in 3, 2, 1.
What kind of question is that? Oh my god, we have a pedo! Guys, we need Leafy over here, right now. Everything I know is a lie. First.
Alright. So I am guessing that all of you agree that this is not something that you want to jerk on. Am I right?
I find it sexy.
Go screw yourself. All I'm saying is that FNAF SFMs just become so weird at times that you need to wonder if there's even a proper mind behind the scenes. I mean, if you're going to make something from Five Nights at Freddy's, you need to make a scary plot, not some softcore Freddy x Chica action. I'd also like to add that SFM Mangle is the most just disgusting thing that I have ever seen. Like, she doesn't even look as close to how he actually looks in the game. And seeing her with Foxy, ew. I do like to talk more about this. Let's just get into the conclusion. So overall, my thoughts on SFM is very bad. So do I think that using the editor is bad? Well, no. being open-minded, I think SFM can be a good opportunity to make good videos if used correctly. Heck, it seems like an open minefield to liking memes. I don't know if you guys watch Red vs. Blue, but they make decent content. Even though I'm not sure if those videos are made with SFM, still proves that this game-y 3D animation style would work on YouTube. You just need to get away from the horny fans of some random Tumblr group and start making original content. And if you ever see a naked Mangle on YouTube, just report it. I don't care about your taste. Just report it right now. No, no. Oh God! Please stop this tumor.